So can you guys hear me now? Okay, cool. Sweet. Yeah, I was answering your question. I'm from South Carolina. I'm not in South Carolina currently though. I'm trying to get people to go subscribe to my other YouTube so we can go live. Um, we're a psychedelic organization and we use psychedelics and spirituality just to talk about it and to get rid of the dogma of religion. Speaking about religion, a lot of people have an allergic reaction when they hear about organizations talking about spirituality and they think it's a cult and all this. So we're trying to get rid of that dogma and we're trying to build a channel that talks about all that kind of stuff. Mystic Journeys Church is the name. I believe I have it in the thing for you. Yeah, it's not necessarily about getting high. We have people in the organization that don't use psychedelics. But that's the whole point is that you should be able to either do it or not do it depending on your own perspective. Everybody has their own views on life and stuff, so that's what we should be doing. We're just gonna need 50 people to go live, and we're gonna start passing out gifts to everyone, all sacraments and you know, natural sacraments. So it's all natural entheogens, mushrooms, DMT, weed, whatever you use, cacao. For people who are underage, we do like cacao sacraments and stuff like that. Um, yeah, just trying to spread peace and positivity. You guys go check out the channel. We have a lot of shorthand content. We actually have a couple longhand videos as well. Our next video is being uploaded right now as we speak. I'm sorry if I don't recognize you guys' names because Discord changed everything. I do recognize Richard. What's up, buddy? How are you, my man? Good day, my dude. How are you? Yeah, I'm just here to, just like I said, try to skip a couple of you guys to get over there to the other channel, and then we can start going live and passing out gifts to everyone. That's really what we want to start doing. We have a bunch of different. I got some capsules and some honey and some tinctures. Our buddy Derek, he's passing out some spore swabs for everyone. Our buddy Nerdy, he makes different edibles with psilocybin mushrooms, Tootsie Rolls, and stuff like that. Marshmallows. It's never too early to smoke a little bit of weed. Yes, sir. Yeah, you won't be the only one reporting us for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people have a bad reaction to it, but it's okay. It's not for everyone. If we are a cult, we won't last long. So that's just what I have to say about that. We're just trying to help people out. Again, it doesn't have to be about using psilocybin or any of that. Yeah, there's no kids here. My lives aren't for kids. I don't know if they are. That's their parents' fault. But that's again to another point, though. We shouldn't be having to hide these things from kids because it's okay to tell them that we can drink out in public and we can take pills and stuff, and that's okay. But we can't use these natural sacraments that have been part of our lives forever. And again, that's what we're trying to change people's minds, and not everybody's going to agree with it for sure. A lot of people are going to have their own opinions, but it's all bean soup. If it doesn't apply to you, then go make a different recipe. If you don't like beans or you can't eat beans, then go follow somebody else and listen to what they have to say because all we have is bean soup here. And if you want bean soup, hold out your bowl, my guy, because we got it for you. Spirituality and positivity, and we practice this thing called the Four Agreements. We have some videos there talking about this. The Four Agreements are always do your best, don't take things personally, be impeccable with your word, don't take things personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. It's very simple rules, and you actually apply them to your life instead of just hearing what people are talking about. And you follow these rules, your life will change for the better. The person of pudding. I always say it can't hurt to try. If you're always wondering why you're stuck in a rut, then try something different. Yeah, 100%. It baffles me, the reason why we have spirituality as human beings is because of these sacraments that we've used thousands of years. The reason why we have shamanism, the reason why we have natural medicine, modern medicine today is because it's based on these medicines that we've used for thousands of years. And look, I'm not a hater on any modern day medicine. If you take medicines for your mental illnesses or your physical illnesses, that's your right and your responsibility. But that's my whole point, is that people should be have the right to do whatever they want to with their own body individually. 100%. Yeah, it's hypocritical. If we're gonna be hypocritical, we need to be hypocritical on all accounts, right? You know, if alcohol and weed is, or sorry, if alcohol and pills and stuff like that is okay, mushrooms and weed should be okay too. It's all about learning how to use it. Um, that's what we're trying to do, is educate people on how to use these things safely, rather than just taking them. And then, kids aren't going to not do drugs because you don't tell them to do it. They're going to do it anyway. The best thing you can do is tell them how to use it, with intention and as much safety as they can. Yeah, 100%. And they are going to. That's my point. And we, instead of saying to them, "Oh, it's okay if you take pills and you drink alcohol because everyone's doing it." I mean, everyone famous that is cool and taking pills and drinking syrup and drinking alcohol. Well, can't we change the perspective? The reality is that if you show kids the natural sacraments, that you can't eat mushrooms and die. That's the bottom line of it. And I agree. Drugs are awesome. And, there's some people that don't agree with using drugs recreationally. I'm not one of those people. And that's the whole thing. We're trying to get a club. I work with people that don't agree with recreational use of drugs, and that's their opinion. They don't hate me because of that. I'm allowed to use drugs recreationally if I want to, and spiritually if I want. It's my body, it's my life. And I think that not enough people are saying that. Not enough people are sticking their heads out there and willing to speak that message. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to grab the microphone and do it myself. Yeah, we would love to have you guys over there. We're really close to 50 subscribers. Once we do, we'll start passing out some sacraments. We want to pass out anything, mushrooms and DMT related sacraments, peyote, anything that's natural. Sacraments. And again, if doing hard drugs is your thing, it's just not what we're about here. We like to keep it natural, and we like to try to build people up, not break people down. 100%. Yeah, 100%. And it's just ignorancy, really. And that's all it is. It's not stupidity. It's ignorancy. It's called Mystic Journeys Church. That's another thing. People are really turned off by the word church, but that's okay, because it doesn't have to mean going to a church means that you're going to be condemned to following a certain thing. And if you don't follow it, you're going to go to hell. And if you do this, then you're going to be punished. And we don't do that kind of thing. We are a church just so it keeps our safety for being able to practice these sacraments, and people can't go to jail for it. And we can help build people up and talk about spirituality without it having a dogma attached to it. It's really ridiculous. We don't have to have a negative stigma because somebody says, "Hey, I'm starting a church," and you go, "Oh, I don't want anything to do with that." It's like I was talking about on our most recent episode that's coming out now. People look at the Bible and they go, "Oh, it's hypocrisy and all this." I don't believe in Christianity or the Bible, but I don't choose to look at the Bible as a bad thing. I choose to look at it as for the positivity in it that it brings. I don't choose to look at people for who they are and go, "Oh, I can pick out all your bad things and pick out everything bad about you." I choose to see the good in people and the good in life and the good in things. And if you want to be negative, then hey, by all means, you can't blame people for how your life's in shambles. Because if you're always thinking negative, then you're going to get a lot of negativity for sure. 100%. I eat shrooms a few times a year. I smoke 5 blunts a day. No more cigarettes or vape. Okay, cool. Yeah, sweet. So yeah, I don't use nicotine. Occasionally I'll smoke a blunt or something like that, but I smoke weed daily. Pretty much all day, every day. Concentrates. I try to keep it pretty clean, but mushrooms, it really depends. I microdose basically every single day. I'm not on a protocol. I just microdose every day. And then I'll have, a handful of trips a year, sometimes 3 to 7 trips, depending on the year, how it is. This year I probably only had about 3 or 4 trips. Let me see here. I can probably link it. Hold up. Give me just a sec. And I'll probably make a video with the link to it. You guys can come back and get it. All right, sweet. I should do it. Yeah, not a problem. I appreciate you guys for the support too. We appreciate it. We want to try to give back to the community. We're not trying to take money from nobody. If you guys want to donate, that's fine. That's one thing, but it does not cost any money to join. We want to give stuff away to people. We're not trying to fucking take anything from people. We're trying to help and give back. That's what we're all about. So if you guys want some stuff like that, come and see us, man. As long as you're over the age of 21 and you live in the United States, we can help you out. If you guys got any questions, I have a couple things to take care of, so I'm going to get out of here in just a couple of minutes. But I'll answer a couple of questions while I'm still here, and then spread the word, man. We haven't decided exactly how we're going to do giveaways yet. If we're going to do a number drawing or do it randomly or whatever we decide. If you guys have, we're helping people with counseling as well. So if you have help that you want, or if you want help rather with taking these things and how to take them, and if you need to take them, so we can help you with that stuff. Um, Actually, Nerdy, he's working on his certification right now as we speak. 100%. Yeah, because what you talk about in a couple of our episodes, just taking psychedelics doesn't work. That's why some people don't even take them, because you don't need to take them for your life to change. I'm a big believer in that. I personally do, and it works for me, but it's not for everyone. But just taking them isn't going to help. You're going to have a protocol to follow in life. And the Four Agreements is a really great way to start your life. Following, not being impeccable with your word and meaning what you say and saying what you mean. Don't talk about crap about others or about yourself. It's just childish. It won't better your life, and you wonder why you're always sad. And that's because you're not being impeccable with your word, taking things personally. It's because you're making assumptions about what people are saying and what people are doing, or expecting a certain situation to turn out a certain way. It's not turning out, and you're not always trying your best, but you feel like you are. You'll tell yourself that oh yeah, I did my best, I did everything I could, but you really didn't, and you're living life with regrets. And these simple things, you change them in your life and start to live a better life. It's not going to make you rich. It ain't going to make you anything but happy. It's just going to make you a complete person. And it also makes you to be able to face those situations that are tough in your life. The positive things that you can bring out of them. It's really Buddhist perspective, honestly. Yeah, I haven't had a problem history with hard drugs or nicotine or alcohol or any of that. I have drank a lot before in the past. I don't drink very much at all. Maybe once every couple of months. Um, but yeah, I smoke weed every single day. I do mushrooms. I'm on every single day on mushrooms right now for at least a couple months. Certain people do a protocol where they take days off, and again, that's fine. Everybody's body's different. And that's what we try to educate here: is that you need to listen to your own body and follow your own protocol. Nobody can tell you what's safe or what is good or good isn't good for you. Drinking is overrated, 100%. But that's back to what I was saying. If you lay out all the drugs on the table that they're allowing you to have, alcohol is like one of the best ones, because all the other drugs are going to kill you way faster than alcohol. And alcohol makes you feel good. It makes you forget about the fact that they're trying to suppress these other drugs from being able to be used, and trying to keep us from, you know, we were just talking about this on our most recent podcast about how, we're conditioned to do that from the time we're a little kid, to be put on Adderall and think that, oh, you need to sit down and shut up and you don't need to be wild. And that's what kids are, man. The kids are wild. That's what they're supposed to be able to be doing, being kids, acting wild, exploring the world for what it is. And then they tell us we can't. So they put these drugs on the table that are alcohol and pills. And, again, I'm not saying alcohol is bad. I drink alcohol occasionally, but it is overrated. And that's the point. We need to stop shoving it in people's face around every single corner where they feel like they have to choose it in social settings, and every store they go in, it's right there in their face. But yet you have to go out in the woods or grow these mushrooms yourself, one or the other. And then what you do, you're going to be put in jail for it. It's ridiculous, man. We have to stop this, and we have to be the ones to stop this. It's us right here, right now. I mean, if we're ever going to have a recoming of the 70s, it's us that are going to do it. Everybody who's alive now in this generation, like, we have to make a stand. Yeah, for us American people, yes. Yeah, yes. I mean, all the natural sacraments, bro. Because if it's anything that's poison, they've already figured it out. I mean, these things, modern day drugs have 100 year, if they're lucky, 100 year span of people trial and error in that drug. But more than likely, they have less than that, less than 50 years with most of these drugs. They've just been created yesterday. I mean, mushrooms and DMT and LSD. Yeah, well, LSD is even 80 years old. So that puts in. I always tell people that as a perspective. LSD is only 80 years old. So that's a very narrow window of people using it to figure out what the consequences are going to be mentally and physically from that drug. But mushrooms and DMT and marijuana have been used for thousands of years, bro. We have a lot of this stuff that we talk about. I could show you some of this artwork right here that speaks about um, the sacraments that they were using for thousands of years. Yeah, this is from 1194 CE. This is Christianity artwork that shows these are different psilocybin mushrooms. This is actually Amanita muscaria supposed to represent. The only one they're not sure is this blue one right here, because mushrooms don't really grow that blue. So either it's an extinct species or it's just meant to represent the bluing of the psilocybin mushroom. And these two are psilocybin mushrooms of different varieties. Here I have some more that elaborates on this. This is the story of Jesus coming and rising from the dead. And again, whether you choose to believe it or whether you don't, the facts are that this is the representation of Jesus coming back, being resurrected, and there are symbols that have the pineal gland all over this drawing right here. There's another one right there. These are all different pineal glands. And the Vatican has this in front of the building where it's a giant pine cone. These are things that are all over Christianity art and stuff like that. And the pineal gland, as people know, has to do with producing DMT in the brain. And these are also activated whenever you do psychedelics like mushrooms. And these are a way of being able to tap into God. That was where God existed to those people, was in the pineal gland, and that's how they were able to, get in touch with these things. And again, it doesn't have to be psychedelics to do it. For a lot of people, it is, and it's a really great tool. But sometimes it's meditation, sometimes it's music, sometimes it's having these conversations with people. Right? Well, click a spark in somebody's head and be like, "Wow, I really resonate with this person saying." Maybe they're speaking to me through the universe, through quote unquote God. Because I think that we all are. I think that we make up a little piece of consciousness. The full spectrum of it. I could probably move it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can move it. But yeah, we appreciate you guys' support. Anything you want to ask? I'm about to finish this up. And yeah, I'll put up a video with the actual link for you guys, so you can find it a little easier. Just subscribe to this YouTube, and I'll put it up here in just a couple minutes. And again, I don't recognize any of you guys' names. I only except Richard. If I know any of you guys, YouTube's totally screwed up the lives, so can't see names correctly anymore. But we would like to have a couple guests on. We're gonna have some people who come on and speak about mycology, anything nature, spirituality related. We'll have a couple different speakers on there about that. It could be because I'm also uploading that video to YouTube right now as well. It should be up very soon. It's a great episode. We talk about a lot of like stories, movies, stuff like that too. And we actually do some readings of some stories as well too. Yes. Yep. A lot of people have been using mushrooms to stop drinking. Again, I have no problem with drinking, but drinking consistently, if you have a problem, you don't have to really ask yourself. But yeah, these things can help you get off of that stuff. And because alcohol is really a depressant, it suppresses your emotions, makes you look away from them, drowns you out, numbs you. Again, that's what our society wants. That's why they're giving you alcohol, because they want you to be able to drink that shit and go to work the next day. They don't want you to fucking open your mind and be like, wow, why am I really going to work? Is it even fucking worth it? Maybe I should just go chase my dreams. And that's what mushrooms do. Make you really look at make you look at yourself introspectively. If you want to be conformed, keep drinking alcohol and keep taking Adderalls and just keep doing what the government wants you to do, and then fucking you'll be there in no time, man. You'll be fucking 6 feet under. Like we have to go back to living the life that we used to live. Look, I'm not a hater on modern day society. See, I'm living. I have like whites. I'm not a freaking Amish, but I'm just saying we gotta get back to our roots. We can't leave nature completely. We have to work in combination with it. Or else you're doing detriment to yourself, man. Best friends 18th. Yeah, that'll do it. I've been there. I'm 28. Yeah, it just kind of got old to me. Where I'm from, that's what people do. It's the South. They drink, they get drunk, and take pills and stuff like that. So I just decided to get away from that. And I've always been an age respectful person, so I like to like. That's what recreational weed. I like to get high for it. I like to like smoke it and think about life and stuff. Have these conversations. It's really important to me. I think it's not for everyone. Fuck those motherfuckers anyway. At the end of the day, but again, if it's not for you, then you can go catch somebody else's life. There's a ton of Jake Pauls on the internet that are just fucking running their mouth, talking and not saying shit. And I'm just not that guy. Whenever I speak, I like make sure I have intention behind what I say. It's being impeccable with your word. That's what I practice. I practice what I preach, and you notice that when you do that, that's the energy you give people, as opposed to being fake. Yeah, my buddy's autistic. He was talking to me about this, about how they put him on ADHD medication and freaking ruin his guts and stuff like that. Sleep, everything. And to say that you need those medications to be able to cure a thing like autism is just trying to get you to sit down and shut up and do something they want you to do instead of what you need to do. I mean, if you do need medication, you need to take something natural. That's not methamphetamines. I mean, it's crazy, dude. To microdose meth to try to cure autism. That's a fucking that's sadistic, dude. We gotta wake up because the doctor fucking puts it in a pill and calls it Adderall and throws it on the shelf. We just go nom 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 nom. It's fucking methamphetamines, dude. We gotta stop. We gotta wake up. I'll be the one to wake people up, dude. No, you can't cure autism for sure. Yeah, but you want to alleviate the symptoms. And if you do want to alleviate the symptoms, you want to try something natural. Again, microdosing meth for autism or anything for that matter is crazy to me, dude. And maybe I'm not a doctor. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I don't have autism. So I'm just saying you can decide for yourself. That's the beauty. That's what we're trying to show people is that you need to think for yourself. Now, if the Adderall is working, take the Adderall. But if it's not, really like look at yourself and say, I don't think it's working. Then go try something different. Maybe try something natural. I mean, mushrooms, you cannot die. You cannot overdose on them. Yeah, you can take too much and freaking think you're going to die, but that's on you. As long as you're doing it with education behind it, respectfully and responsibly, you have nothing to worry about. I mean, there's so much education on the internet now about how to take shit responsibly and respectfully and setting and dosage and all this that you should have no problems trying to like tread the water in a modern day society. I mean, think about people in the 70s. They had to had to really like just guess that those things weren't killing them 100%. But now we know now through the pictures I was just showing you that these things have been used for thousands of years. Never kill a single person, dude. Not from taking it. But yeah, the only thing I try to do is help people with natural medicines like tinctures like turmeric and ginger and stuff like that. As far as people taking mushrooms, as their responsibility and their decision. If they decide to do that, that's on them. And that's what the adults should be able to do. Because damn if they don't do that to us with a drink around every corner or, a cigarette around every corner, it's just things that numb us out. But cool. I'm gonna go post that video. Our video just came up. So I'll post the link for that one and then you guys check us out. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Have a great day, okay? Bye.